So we had a number of questions that we talked about at the very beginning of the module. What is the purpose of testing during the software development process? Eric?
So most basically, that's to identify and report out the bugs. Now, it does go farther than that the more advanced you get. So as far as you become more advanced, you're going to start reporting out the quality of your feature, and then as you move up and you're leading projects, it's the overall quality of your solution.
Next question is, how can software quality be measured? We talked a little bit about that. Give us some more detail there.
That's right. So you're going to be coming up with the metrics that your team is going to follow and your team's going to be interested in. So you're going to design and develop those metrics at the very beginning. Those are going to go into your test plan. A great example of that is the severity of the bugs found in a particular area and the counts of the bugs found in that area. That's going to become really important as you get further into the test pass and further into the project to determine if your coverage is actually heavy enough in that area, or if you need to allocate more resources to it, write more test cases around it. If you're finding an area that's particularly buggy, you need to do your research on that.
And then finally, what's the role of the operating system in a computer system?
So the operating system's going to allocate your resources, and it's going to also handle the interaction between the user and the application that they're trying to use.
Great.
On the other side, there's a Agile methodology, which particularly we use Scrum quite a bit, which is 2-week sprints, or 2 to 3 week sprints generally. They can be longer, they can actually be shorter. And all of the whole life cycle takes place within that 2 weeks. So that's obviously very different methodologies and very different uses for each of those methodologies.
Now you mentioned Agile, and then also you talked about Scrum. Now
That's
Scrum's
right.
an implementation of an Agile methodology,
That's
correct?
right.
Yeah. And Agile is really one of those iterative development methodologies that we have. As you think about teams, teams play a big role in really determining, how the software is going to be tested, and those teams interact differently depending upon the methodology that they use. Correct?
That's right. So in the waterfall methodology, the team is going to have specific tasks that they're going to complete, and they're going to meet with each other or meet with the different groups completely differently. For example, during a waterfall methodology, during the requirements phase, there's going to be a lot of meetings that test will be involved in some of them, and business will be involved in some of them, and the program management will be involved in all of them. Whereas in the stabilization phase, there are a lot of meetings, tests are involved in all of them, the business is involved in none of them, or very few of them, but you've got someone that's, maybe representing the business that's coming to help prioritize bug fixes and things.
Testers must like a lot of meetings.
Yeah, that's right. But the contrast to that is an iterative model like the Agile methodologies. You're going to have the whole team involved daily in a daily stand-up meeting. Everyone's going to be there, and there's a really strong feedback loop.
Good. So the customer's usually involved in those.
Customers involved.
Oh, that's great.